Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Spinach. So today we are going to talk about how you can structure your roleplay card in the OET exam. I'm going to display a video which I put together while I was preparing for the OET myself, and when I uploaded it on some platforms I got a very good response. So I just thought that this video is for you and I wanted to share this with you. I hope you enjoy it. Today I would like to share with you some of the tips on speaking subtest. So these are some of the things I learned from the past speaking sessions, as well as the mock exam classes, the live classes, and also from the video courses, of course. So these are the things that comes by practice, and I kind of made a template of how am I gonna go in the speaking subtest. But there is no sure template, to be honest. It's something that's gonna help me, so I just want to share this with you. It might help you too. So when we have the role play card, right? So we have a role play card here. So when a patient comes to you, the interlocutor, the patient comes to you, then the first thing you should do is to greet him or her. So you can say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever the time of the day is at that time. So the first thing is greeting. Now, if patient already knows you, you don't have to introduce yourself, and you don't have to ask the patient to introduce themselves. If the patient doesn't know you, then you can introduce yourself, and you can also ask the patient their name. Like, hi, my name is Dr. Palak, and may I please know your name? And then you can move forward with what brought you here today, or something like that, right? So this is something like you can go in both ways, right? Then comes like asking open and closed questions. Now, if you are gonna ask the patient that what brought him here to the hospital, or what is it that you can do for him, then he's surely gonna tell you that that he has some problem. For instance, he has stomach ache, and he doesn't know whenever his stomach aches, he has problems with breathing. So a closed question that you can ask in this case, if you if you kind of know about the disease, then you can ask him like whether you experience some kind of headache as well. So you can ask that. So it's a yes or no question. So he'll say yes or no, right? Or the open question that you can ask is, how long have you been suffering from this kind of stomach ache? Or how long have you been having these stomach aches? So this is a question you can ask, right? So this is like when you start, you can start with greeting, and then you can introduce yourself, or just go forward without introduction. Depends upon the role play. And then moving forward is you can ask a mixed number of closed and open questions, right? Now, moving forward to that, this is very important. What you can do next is, now this is your role play card with you, so you know that there's a task given, right? So after the patient replies to you, like responds to your query, or just whatever he wants to say, then the first thing that you have to do is show some sympathy, that you understand that. Or if they ask you the question, then you can say, right, you had that's a genuine query from your side. And if they are like worried or scared, then you can say, I completely understand your feelings, or I completely understand what you're going through right now. So something like that. So you have to offer a sentence of empathy in the beginning of any task, like of any task in the role play cards, right? So you offer empathy, and then you go about explaining or asking the question that's given in the task. Okay, you go about doing what's given in the task, and finally you just don't leave it there, like explaining what are the causes of asthma. You just explain them. You just don't leave it there. You're gonna ask if, like for example, one of the causes of asthma is it's inherited from your family members, like from your ancestors, right? So you can ask, like you can tell them that one of the causes is inheritance, other than environmental factors, of course. So you can ask them, so is there any family history of asthma in your family?
right? So you always end with a question, and for me, of course, you end with a question, and you start with an empathy or opening sentence that regards to the query of the patient, or to the feelings of the patient, right? Yes. So yeah, so other than that, this is a task, you can do it like this, right? And other than that, it's very important to address the patient's problems. So even if it is not in the task and patient is saying something, you should not just go about, completing your task. It's not good. It doesn't build a good patient doctor relationship or patient nurse relationship, right? So what you can do is, just listen to the patient carefully, and it's important to address all of their tasks, okay, all of their problems, sorry. So yeah, even if it is not in the task, it's important. But now somehow you bring them back to the task by asking closed and open questions, right? Or just giving them advices like, may I advise you on your, okay, you can ask like, what's your diet like? And then if they say like they kind of eat all kind of foods, they kind of go to the McDonald's and eat like fries and burgers, so they kind of like, and they are hypertensive because of that, right? So you can advise them, would you mind if I advise you on changing your diet or your modification of diet? May I please suggest you with some modifications? So something like that. So you have to be very polite with the patient, and yeah, that is it. So summarizing all of it very, very fast, you need to greet the patient first, and then depending upon the situation, you need to introduce yourself and ask them to introduce themselves, or just, cut to the point like, hi, Mr. Joel, so nice to see you again. So how are you doing today? So something like that. So this is, the patient already, right? And then coming to the next point, begin by asking closed and open questions after the patient responds. You should be giving them empathy for their response, or answer their queries for their response, and then going about the task somehow, going about the task. And then in the end, because you just cannot leave the task like that, so you can ask them are there any more concerns you have, so that they can reply to you, right, again. So yeah, that is it. Thank you very much. That are my tips and tricks for speaking subtest, and bye bye, and all the best for your exams.